Hi everyone, my name is Andrew and I'm very happy when I have a chance to talk about some information related to Ho Chi Minh Complex, literature, temple and Vietnamese cuisine. The first Ho Chi Minh Complex. Ho Chi Minh was born on May 1890 in Hoàng Châu, Vietnam. The son of a poor country scholar, he studied in Huế and later worked in Phan Thiết and Saigon. In 1911, under the name Ba, he left Vietnam to work as a cook on a French steamer and traveled widely, including to the United States and the United Kingdom from 1917 to 1923. While living in France under the name Nguyễn Ái Quốc, he became active in socialist politics. In 1919, he presented an 8-point petition at the Versailles Peace Conference demanding equal rights for the people of Indochina. Inspired by the Russian Revolution and Lenin's anti-imperialist doctrine, he joined the French Communist Party in 1920. And in 1930, he presided over the founding of the Indochinese Communist Party. In 1941, he helped found the Viet Minh, emphasized national liberation. During the World War II, the Viet Minh resisted Japanese occupation. On September 2 in 1945, in Baden Square, he declared Vietnam's independence and became president of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, North Vietnam, serving from 1945 until his death in 1969. He played a central role in the First Indochina War against French colonial rule, which ended with the French defeat the Allied in 1954 in Geneva. Of course, after Vietnam War divided, he left Vietnam and maintained a balance in relations with the Soviet Union and China. From 1959 onwards, North Vietnam supported the struggle for reunification with the South. Although he gradually became more of a symbolic leader after setting the party Secretary General position to legend, he remained an influencer and unifying figure. His contributions include founding key revolutionary organizations, leading the Vietnamese nationalist movement for nearly 3 decades, declaring national independence in 1945, guiding resistance against colonial powers, and shaping the development of Vietnamese Marxism and national communism. Internationally, he was recognized as one of the most influential anti-colonial and communist leaders of the 20th century. When Ho Chi Minh was born in 1890, Vietnam was part of French Indochina under French colonial rule. The country was politically subordinate to France, and Vietnamese people did not enjoy equal rights with the colonial rules as reflected in Ho's later 1919 petitions demanding equality. Vietnamese society at that time included traditional scholar Gentile family influenced by Confucian values, alongside growing exposure to Western political ideas due to colonial presence. The colonial system created political and social tension, including inequality between the French authorities and the Vietnamese population. This context of foreign domination, limited political rights, and emerging nationalist sentiment formed the broader historical background into the Ho Chi Minh was born and later developed his revolutionary activities. And now people and now Ho Chi Minh statue is remembered and honored at Quảng Trâm Ba Đình. So do you think many people often say often ask me that do you think the body of Ho Chi Minh is the the Ho Chi Minh mausoleum is real? Yeah, first, in my opinion, this is an exciting question. Many international would not believe it is real. However, the body of Ho Chi Minh displayed at the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum is confirmed to be his real body preserved through a pressure embalming process. And however, there are some information in internet or on television. They said that the Ho Chi Minh statue is not real. But I think real or fake is not important because Ho Chi Minh statue is contributed in Body Square is remember and honor his contribution. Thus he brought independence, happy freedom for many Vietnamese people. So we almost all Vietnamese people always grateful for his contribution. Yeah. And the name Ho Chi Minh can be understood as he who enlightens or bringer of light. The word Qi refer to willpower of determination, and Ming means bright or light. He adopted this name around 1942 for revolutionary activities. Before that, he used several other names during different periods of his life. So when everyone comes to Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, visitors are not allowed to bring flowers and personal items into the Ho Chi Minh City Mausoleum. This regulation help maintain security, protect the carefully controlled environment required to preserve the body and ensure that visits proceed in a quiet and orderly manner. Official files are arranged by the management, but individual visitors must follow the rules and enter without carrying offerings. And next to Temple of Literature. Before formal schools were officially established, education in Vietnam was not popular and was it was not organized into a national system. During nearly 1,000 years under Chinese domination, there are no records indicating that a formal education system was established in Vietnam. However, Chinese historical documents recorded that some talented Vietnamese scholars studied in China, obtained doctoral degrees, and worked for the Chinese royalty. After independence in 939, under Ngô and the Liang dynasties such as Ngô and Ding were mainly focused on national defense, so education was conducted mainly in pagoda. For example, Lý Công Uẩn, the founder of the Lý dynasty, had been educated in a pagoda. This shows that before an official educational system was developed, Vietnamese people primarily learned in religious settings such as pagoda, or almost talented individuals went to China to study. The Temple of Literature, was first built in 1070 by the King Lý Thánh Tông. It was established as a holy place to worship Confucius and his four most outstanding disciples. Confucianism was highly valued because it strengthened people's loyalty to the king and helped maintain social order. Therefore, besides promoting Buddhism, the Lý dynasty also encouraged Confucian study and regarded it as an important education foundation. I will review for you who were accepted to learn at the temple at the temple. At first, when the Imperial Academy was established in 1076 by King Lý Nhân Tông within the Temple of Literature, it was reserved only for royalty and members of the elite. Later, in 1253, King Trần Thái Tông opened the academy to talented commoners. However, not everyone could study there. Most students had to pass the regional examination before being admitted. Therefore, only qualified and successful candidates were accepted to study at the temple and the university. Students mainly study Confucian teachings. They learned Chinese language, Chinese philosophy, and Chinese history. Their textbooks were printed in Chinese and Vietnamese. They studied the four books, including the Great Learning Doctrine of Men and the Alanis and Messias. The five classic, including classic of poetry, book of document, book and of rites, and book of train and spring and autumn under. Students also practice writing poetry and discussing literature. They have many moderate tests and four major tests each year. After the passing exam at different levels, Hương Hội in the examination, successful candidates could become Mandarins. And and next temple functions in different historical periods and nowadays. When it was the first built in 1017 by King Lý Nhân Thánh Tông, it functioned as a temple dedicated to Confucius and his disciples, and ceremonies were held there to honor them. In 1076, under King Lý Nhân Tông, the Imperial Academy was established within the temple complex. From that time until 1779, it functioned as Vietnam's first national university, educating Georgian nobles and later talented commoners who had passed examination. It was also the place where royal examinations were organized and where successful candidates were honored with standstill. During the Nguyen Dynasty, when the capital was moved to Huế, the academy in Hanoi lost its central role and became a school of Hoài Đức district under the French protectorate. It was registered as a historical monument in 1906. All the parts were damaged during wartime. And nowadays, the temple no longer functions as a university. It serves as a historical and cultural site, preserving traditional architecture and valuable relics such as the standstill. It is also a place for ceremony, cultural activities, and visits by students and tourists who come to learn about Vietnam's educational and Confucian heritage. And next, when you come in Vietnam, you should try Vietnamese cuisine. Because Vietnamese cuisine is well known for its freshness, balance, and harmony of flavor. The food is usually light but full of taste and sweet, bitter, and spicy. Fresh herbs such as mint, basil, and coriander are widely used together with rice, dry noodles, vegetables, seafood, and fish sauce. Vietnamese cooking methods are often simple, such as boiling, steam, stir-frying, and grilling in order to keep the national flavor of the ingredients. Food in Vietnam is not only for eating but also reflects culture, lifestyle, and family connection. And in Vietnamese, there are a lot of traditional food, and street food is very delicious. I would recommend to you a dish. It's very popular, but everyone often eat every morning. Is it phở? Yeah, phở is made from made of white white noodles, and there are a lot of ingredients like herbs. Uh, Pork is roasted, carrots, fish sauce, um, and broth. When you people ask the in the restaurant, people often put some ingredients in like that into a bowl and add some broth. Yeah, you before you try it, you can taste it and add some artificial seasoning like salt, pepper, or chili to improve emotion and flavors. I think it's very easy to try. It's very easy to try because it's just about 13 and or 14 Vietnamese đồng, and everywhere often buy it. Yeah, that's all I want to share about the old quarter.